Hello dear students, today we will study chemical reaction and equation. Chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substances, the reactants, are converted to one or more different substance, the products. Substances are either chemical elements or compound. A chemical reaction rearranges the constituents atom of the reactant to create different substance as product. A chemical equation is the symbolical representation of a chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formulas, wherein the reactant entities are given on the left hand side and the products entities on the right hand side. Balanced chemical equation. A balanced chemical equation has the number of atoms of each element equal on both sides. In this equation, number of zinc, hydrogen and sulphate are equal on both sides. So it is a balanced chemical equation. Unbalanced chemical equation. If the number of atoms of each element in reactant is not equal to the number of atoms of each element present in the products, then the chemical equation is called unbalanced chemical equation. Balancing a chemical equation. To balance the given any chemical equation, follow these steps. Write the number of atoms of elements present in reactants and in products in a table as shown here. Number of atoms of the reactants and number of atoms in the product this way. Number on either side of the chemical equation. In this equation, the number of oxygen atom is maximum on the right hand side. To balance the oxygen, one need to multiply the oxygen on the left hand side by 4 so that the number of oxygen atoms become equal on both sides. Now the number of hydrogen atom becomes 8 on the left hand side, which is more than that on the right hand side. To balance it, one need to multiply the hydrogen on the right hand side by 4. After that, the number of oxygen and hydrogen atom becomes equal on both sides. The number of iron is 1 on the left hand side while it is 3 on the right hand side. To balance it, multiply the iron on the left hand side by 3. Now the number of atoms of each element become equal on both sides, thus the equation is balanced. Now this is the balance equations. After balancing, the equation can be written as follows: iron 3 3, hydrogen 8 8, oxygen 4 4, both sides. And to understand a chemical equation better, gaseous state is represented by a symbol G, liquid state is represented by a symbol L, solid state is written by symbol S, aqueous solution is written by symbol AQ. Writing the condition in which reaction takes place, the condition is generally written above and or below the arrow of a chemical equation. Types of chemical reaction. Chemical reaction can be classified in following types: combination reaction. Reactions in which two or more reactants combine to form one product are called combination reaction. Example: one magnesium is burnt in the air, magnesium oxide is formed. In this reaction, magnesium is combined with oxygen. Here you can see magnesium was being burnt in presence of oxygen. MgO is formed. Decomposition reaction. Reaction in which one compound decomposes in two or more compounds or elements are known as decomposition reaction. A decomposition reaction is just the opposite of combination reaction. When calcium carbonate is heated, it decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Here you can see the equation, and here you can see the practical. When calcium carbonate is being heated, then carbon dioxide is formed here in the test tube. You can see. Electrolytic decomposition. Reaction in which compound decomposes into simpler compound because of passing of electricity are known as electrolytic decomposition. This is also known as electrolysis. Example: when electricity is passed in water, it decomposes into oxygen and hydrogen. This way you can see at anode there is oxygen and cathode there is hydrogen. You can see how. Thermal decomposition. The decomposition of a substance on heating is known as thermal decomposition. Lead nitrate is heated and give lead oxide, nitrogen oxide and oxygen. You can see here it is being heated. Lead nitrate is being heated here. Photolysis or photo decomposition reaction in which a compound decomposes because of sunlight are known as photolysis or photo decomposition. When exposed to sunlight, silver chloride turns gray. Here you can see, and silver bromide turns yellowish gray, and it decomposes as follows. Displacement reaction, the chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from a compound, is known as displacement reaction. Displacement reactions are also known as substitution reaction or single displacement reaction. When zinc reacts with hydrochloric acid, it gives hydrogen gas and zinc chloride. When zinc reacts with copper sulphate, it forms sulphate and copper metal. You can see here, zinc displaces copper from copper sulphate solution, and copper is separated and zinc sulphate is made. Here you can see here. Double displacement reaction in which ions are exchanged between two reactants forming new compounds are called double displacement reactions. Here's the simple formula. When the solution of barium chloride reacts with solution of sodium sulphate, white precipitate of barium sulphate is formed along with sodium chloride. Here you can see the reactions, and here you can see the precipitate of barium sulphate. The reaction in which oxidation and reduction both take places simultaneously is called redox reaction. When copper oxide is heated with hydrogen, then copper metal and hydrogen are formed this way. In this reaction, copper oxide is changing into copper. Oxygen is being removed from copper oxide. Removal of oxygen from a substance is called reduction. So copper oxide is being reduced to copper, and hydrogen is changing to water, H2O. Oxygen is being added to hydrogen. Addition of oxygen to a substance is called oxidation. Here you can see copper oxide, oxygen is removed, okay, and in hydrogen oxygen is added. So here reduction and oxidation both taking place simultaneously. Oxidizing agent, the substance which gives oxygen for oxidation is called an oxidizing agent. The substance which removes hydrogen is also called an oxidizing agent. The substance which gives hydrogen for reduction is called a reducing agent. The substance which removes oxygen is also called a reducing agent. What is exothermic reaction? A reaction in which heat is given out along with products are called exothermic reaction. Burning of coal, you can see, give a lot of heat and carbon dioxide gas. Endothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat energy is absorbed, is called endothermic reaction. Example, decomposition of calcium carbonate. When some metals are exposed to moisture, acid, etc., they tarnish due to the formation of respective metal oxide on their surface. This process is called corrosion. Corrosion can be prevented by painting the surface, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, chrome plating, or making alloys, or many other methods are there. When fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid and their smell and taste changes. This is called rancidity. To prevent rancidity, antioxidants are added to foods containing fats and oils. Rancidity can also be prevented by flushing out oxygen with an inert gas like nitrogen.